What is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm telling you the story on basically how I smoked fentanyl for the first time. Well, not the first time. How I willingly did fentanyl and tried to kill myself with it. Now to anyone who is in that situation or does that or knows people that try to kill themselves off drugs, don't to get help, please. Like, it's better. And my mental health was at the worst at this time, so please just get help and don't hurt anyone in the process. Anyways, around this time, I was on a lot of drugs, and this was like the second last week of summer. And the last week of summer, I actually somehow got clean. I mean, it took longer than a week. Obviously, it took like a month, maybe more time for me to like actually get clean. But I stopped doing drugs, hard drugs all the time, and then eventually quit them. But sorry for the year hiatus. You guys are probably like, "What the hell? Why is he back after a year? Like, why'd you leave?" And to answer that, brother, I had a lot of shit going on, and I got some fire stories out of it. But there's just so much stuff that happened through that year. Anyways, let's get straight into today's video. So I woke up, and my drug of choice at that time was crack. And you're like, crack, and like, yeah, bro, crack was the drug of choice. You know, like, it was the drug that I like to do. I did not like coke. Coke was it just didn't feel good enough for me. I don't really like it. It also made my nose burn, so it's just kind of a downside to it. Now, in no way, shape, or form do crack. Please do not do crack. Be so for real. Crack is worse than coke, and I'm not saying go do coke. Please do not do coke. But if you're in the mix in between which one to do coke. But I don't condone use of doing any of these drugs, and I'd like to make that clear. But basically, I was like, all right, well, I have to hit up someone. But then I realized, shit, I don't have a phone, and that's a story for another day. I don't know when I'll tell that, but basically, I just threw my phone onto a fucking highway when I was really, really fucked up. But I did have this old fucking phone, but I didn't know where it was at the time. I found it like a day later. But my friend came to my door and knocked on it. And he was like, "Yo, you want to come over?" I was like, "Bro, I just woke up." And he's like, "Well, I've been texting you." I'm like, "Bro, I don't have a phone." And basically, I was like, "Yeah, I'll come over at 1, be outside on your porch." Now, this dude is a drug addict. Well, was a drug addict. He is no longer with us. R.I.P. Devin. Um, but yeah, this dude, I don't know how it took him 2 years to die, bro. He was doing some crazy shit, and like I was just a drug addict. This dude was like a full on crackhead shit. Like I mean that in the nicest way possible to this dude. Anyways, I pulled up around 1. He's smoking a fent bowl. And if you don't know what fent bowl is, it's like weed mixed with fentanyl. And it's not something you should do. But basically, since he smoked fent bowls all the time, he was used to it. Well, probably not. I don't think his body was used to it. This dude probably should have overdosed. I mean, he did overdose a lot. But my mental health at the time was terrible. I wanted to die. I thought I would never get clean, which is what a lot of drug addicts do, and why they just continue to do it because they just think it'll kill them eventually. Which is a horrible fucking way to live, bro. If that is you, please, for like everyone in your family, go get help, bro. They want to see you clean. I promise. They don't hate you. But anyways, I basically pulled up. I'm like, I smoked a bowl like of my weed out of my pipe because I didn't bring my bong or to anyone's house at this time because I wanted to get stolen. Because people where I live like to steal shit, like blatantly steal it when you're just fucked up, like really fucked up, and it's not okay. So I pull up, smoke a bowl, and I see smoking fat bowls, and I'm like, dude, I want to die anyways. And it was like he knew. I was like, just let me smoke one. He's like, bro, that's on me though. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's straight up on me. Like that's straight up on me. And I had this dude record me saying that, bro. That's how fucked up I was at that time mentally. And like, cause I was like, nah, bro, it ain't on you. That shit's on me. Like 100%, which it wouldn't have been on him. It genuinely would have been on me. And I'm not trying to put that on him if I did overdose and pass away, because that's not his fault. That literally would have been my fault for saying I wanted to do it and doing it willingly. I mean, to a certain extent, I guess it could have been looked at as his fault, but it wasn't. So he packs half weed, half fat. He's already smoked two of these, which that's crazy if you really think about it. And I don't know how bro's still alive. Anyways, at this point, I pack a half weed, half fentanyl bowl, and I smoke it. And I started to feel like really happy and bubbly and really, really good. Um, like really dopamine rush, like really good because that's what fentanyl does. And then I gnawed off. Now, I think it was only like 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? And by wake up, I just mean I stopped the nod. Because when you're nodding off, you're pretty much you're awake, but you can't really move. You're kind of a sleeping zombie person. And I know zombie's a whole other drug that's trank, but that's the best way to explain it. You're just not there. You black out pretty much, but you're still conscious. Is the best way to explain it for me. And after after I woke up, I still felt like really happy and like stuff like that. So basically, I I get up. I still feel it obviously because that shit has half lives. And if you don't know what that means, it's like a drug. It has another life in your system. So if you overdose on fentanyl and wake up, yeah, the Narcan stopped it, but there's still some in your body, and it's like a half life. So it's more, and you could overdose again, basically. So I go back home, and I remember actually I grabbing Narcan and doing it, um, cause I didn't think like I went home and I just did it. I did Narcan because I'd actually kind of creeped me out that I did that much and was still there. Then I went to bed after smoking a crack bowl. I stole some of my mom's crack. Because if you don't know, that summer 2 years ago, because I've never told these stories or said the situation 2 years ago, and last year was a year after it happened. So that's why I didn't really talk about this, but now I really talk about it to get it off. But I lived in a trap house, bro. And you might be like, well, that doesn't seem too fun. And you're fucking right. Trap houses are not fun to live in, bro. They're terrible. They make you a crackhead. In her house, her boyfriend at the time, like made it a trap house. He had a whole bunch of drugs. He'd invite a whole bunch of people over, get fucked up, kick them out, and then they'd do a whole bunch of drugs. And then I'd already be on a whole bunch of drugs. Because I'd buy off this one dude who I've known since I was like a kid and he didn't want me getting laced, so he'd give me drugs for cheap as shit. And he had a tester kit, so he'd test them in front of me to prove they're not like laced. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. Just give me them. Like that was my mindset at the time. But anyways, I'm back. I can't confirm I'm gonna be consistently back forever, but I'm back for now. And as always, thank you guys for enjoying this video, and thank you all for watching. If you want more videos and more stories like this one, I highly recommend you like and subscribe. It does the world a favor, boys. And I like I like I like telling these stories. I like making you guys know to not do this shit. I mean, I can't stop you guys from doing this shit, and I still do some stupid ass shit. But I hope you guys take some from these stories, chat. Anyways, I have this new series coming out on my channel that I want to start. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's on my 2 week crack binge 2 years ago at the start of the summer, the first 2 weeks of summer break. And it started the day school ended, the hour school ended, went home. There was like 2 hours break, bought some drugs, got fucked up all the time. So, anyways, it's been your boy Sturzy, and oh.